What happens when the narcissist knows you know they are a narcissist? Most people probably won't know they are actually dealing with a narcissist. Yes, I did see plenty of red flags from the beginning, but I didn't have a clue about narcissism 4 years ago when I first met him. I did become educated because the behaviors that he was displaying, the way he was making me feel, was not normal. And I started to put two and two together, started to wonder why I was experiencing this treatment at the hands of this man. And as I said, you might be in a relationship with someone and not realizing that they are a narcissist until many years after. You probably have become used to the pattern of abuse. It might be that you just want things to get better. You might even suggest couples therapy. Narcissists don't do therapy. Suggesting to a narcissist to go to therapy is going to end up in a big argument. They'll say, I don't need therapy. You go to therapy. It's obviously you who has the problem. I'm perfect. Can you not see that? So yes, a lot of people are in the dark when it comes to narcissism. Narcissism is a self-defense and coping mechanism developed in childhood. And this disorder is pretty much untreatable. Most therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists don't have many narcissistic clients because, as I mentioned, narcissists think they are perfect. So it's either you exit the relationship or you die in that relationship. On the other hand, not many narcissists know that they are actually narcissists. They might recognize that their behaviors are not normal. They might recognize they have a pattern of distraction behind them. So they understand that there is something not quite right with them, but they won't take accountability for this. So you telling a narcissist, I think you are a narcissist, might actually backfire because they might not understand what narcissism is. And they will, in return, call you a narcissist. Some narcissists are aware and some narcissists know. As I mentioned, not a lot of narcissists become self-aware because of the grandiosity, the ego, because of the self-defense mechanism, the being the perfect person. So you have to bear that in mind when calling someone a narcissist. So regardless if they are aware or unaware narcissist, the response is going to be the same one. They're going to deny it. They're going to say, what are you talking about? I'm not a narcissist. What is a narcissist? Just because I don't give a about anyone, only about myself, doesn't mean I'm a narcissist. There's lots of people like that in the world. So denial is the first technique. In my example, when I realized that the behaviors I was experiencing were narcissistic behaviors, I started to educate myself on the subject. And this was before I got my first discard. One day I listened to a podcast where I was searching toxic relationships and I've heard the term narcissistic personality disorder. So I listened to the podcast. By the end of it, I realized that the person I was with was a narcissist. And again, people is going to go for my throat now and say, well, who are you to diagnose this person as a narcissist? I'm not diagnosing. I'm not diagnosing. I'm talking from my own experience and opinions. I'm not claiming to be a clinician, a psychologist, or a psychiatrist. I've experienced a narcissistic relationship, and I think it's value in this content that I'm creating to bring awareness to other people that are probably going through the same. So I just want to put that disclosure there. But when I said to him, you are a narcissist, he didn't really react. Didn't really change much. He denied it and said he was not a narcissist. He just had ADHD. But in fact, that did start to change things because, as I said, I became self-aware. So I started educating myself on narcissism and my pattern of behavior towards him started to change. Therefore, the way he was treating me started to change. I wasn't giving him the validation I had given him before. So he discarded me. I was not 100% sure that this person was a narcissist. So we broke up and I left. After 9 months, we got back together, but I needed closure on that relationship, and I mentioned this in a previous video. So we got back together. I carried on researching about narcissism, psychology, toxic relationships, patterns of behavior, personality disorders. And that meant that I was becoming more and more aware. So he started treating me really differently because I wasn't validating him. I wasn't giving in all the things I had given in as much as I did before the breakup. I started calling him out. I actually, in fact, used to send him the same podcast and the same research papers that I was reading to him in hope that he would become self-aware. No way. That didn't do it for him. He was just like, you just obsessed with this now. You're just obsessed with the fact that I'm a narcissist. But I'm being an arsehole to you. I'm treating you like shit. I'm devaluing you continuously. But I'm a perfect guy. I'm the nice guy. Everyone likes me. They have acquaintances, flying monkeys, people that are probably narcissists like them in the entourage. But they cannot connect with people in a deeper level. So as we went through it, he started to devalue me more and more every single day. He would behave in a way passively that would trigger me. This period was still a period that I was trauma bonded with him. My heart was telling me, a lost child, a lost soul. Just give him a bit more time. Let's just see how he reacts to you being kind, investing financially in him, looking after his children, looking after our house, planning for things for us to do. So I kept giving in. But at the same time, I started to cut the amount of fuel that I was supplying to him because I just wanted a reaction. The reaction was not a good reaction because he continuously punished me for my change of behaviors. I started to threat with leaving this relationship, but that meant that if I exited that relationship, a lot of the commodities that came to him from being with me would be cut off. What happened when we were going through those periods is that he would say, well, I'm going to change. I'm going to make an effort to be a better person. I'm going to make an effort to make you happier. It's just because I'm in a bad place at the moment. It's just because I got a lot of stress from work. I've got a stress from my children, stress from my ex. Nothing changed. He would say this to me on a Monday, and the Tuesday we were back to toxic patterns. So the truth is, there is no intention for a narcissist to change his behaviors just because you call them out, just because you change the way you behave towards them. The only thing they do is to start devaluing you and start looking for different sources of supply, new fuel. They went from petrol to diesel, another one electric. So that will be the beginning of the discard. That's it, you're done. You are persona non grata. That's what you have become to the narcissist. But hang on there, because they're not completely done with you. There's still some residual value to you. So they will discard you, but at times it will have to be you who makes that last decision. And in my case, it was me who said, I think this relationship is over. You need to move out. And he said, well, we can still be together. I'll move out, but we can still be together. We can be friends with benefits. Well, he didn't say that, but that's exactly what he wanted. I needed my sanity back. I was still trauma bonded to this guy. So the breakup was devastating. I knew how toxic and corrupted he was, but I still cared for him. I still felt pity for him. I still wanted to save him from himself. But my rational thinking, because my emotional thinking had stepped aside, my rational thinking said, no, you're never gonna get this man to be who you want him to be for you. So you better let go of it. You better just get out of this relationship completely. And although it's very difficult to make that decision, you ruminate. You think, is that the right decision? Did I give this person all the benefit of the doubt that I could have done? Did I have all the evidence? You question yourself because of that trauma bond. But the decision that you make to leave a narcissist is the best decision that you're going to make for yourself and for the people that care for you. So after you have been discarded, there are a few possibilities with narcissists because they're quite predictable human beings. They might either leave you completely alone because you have implemented the no contact rule, or they might just shelf you. They might just keep you there. They'll think, well, she'll get over it, just give her some time. She'll miss the good times. She will want to get back in touch for whatever reasons. And they might try to hoover you back again, especially if you have been a great source of fuel for them with lots of residual value. So that's, in my opinion, what will happen when you tell the narcissist you know who they truly are. You remove the mask. They can no longer hide. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the content of this video. And if you do, please like and subscribe. And yes, I am very aware that a lot of people are really angry after a breakup. One thing is being angry after a breakup. The other thing is to become self-aware after you have been abused by a narcissist. So on that note, thank you very much for watching and see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye.